Hey, what's up guys? Greg's Gauntlet here, and today we have a fun video. This week a bunch of leaks and information have come out about the iPhone 8. Bloomberg today just released a huge news story about the design of the iPhone 8, and this news story comes directly as a bunch of reviews hit today for the Galaxy S8. So someone in Apple is obviously leaking this to Bloomberg going, hey, don't buy that Galaxy S8, people. We got an amazing iPhone just on the horizon that's going to completely blow the Galaxy S8 out of the water. So let's just get right into it. The main leak, the main feature of the iPhone 8 will be a full-size screen on the front. Not, a screen with minimal bezels on the top and the bottom like the Galaxy S8 or the LG G6. No, a phone with a full display on the front. All screen, no bezels. It's going to be a 5.8-inch OLED display with a resolution of 2800 by 1242. A 521 pixels per inch for the density. It's going to have a curved glass on the front and on the back. We have some renders here from iDrop News, which is also reporting this. And as you can see, it is a beautiful concept. Full screen on the front, no bezels at all. It's not a curved screen like the Galaxy S8. I guess you will still technically have like this very minimal grip on the side where it's not wrapping around like the S8, but you get a phone that is all screen on the front. It's going to be the same form factor as the iPhone 7, but imagine it just being all screen. That means this is going to be a small phone, something that's very easy to carry around, something that's very easy to put in your pocket, but it's going to have a huge screen, a 5.8-inch screen, so that should be smaller than the Galaxy S8, which has a 5.8-inch screen, but it does have still, they're small, but still a top and bottom bezel. Now, because this phone is all screen, they're doing some really cool things with it. It's going to have the display is actually going to wrap around on the top, on the speaker grill on the top for where your receiver is for when you're talking on the phone. The camera on the front, it's actually going to have two cameras. We'll talk about that later. But they're actually going to be integrated behind the display. Yeah, the cameras aren't going to be showing on the front. They're going to be behind the display on the iPhone 8. And there's going to be no home button. It's going to be a virtual home button. Technically, the iPhone 7 has a virtual home button right now. There's still like a little layout for it on the bottom chin of the iPhone 7. There's still like a little circle where you put it, but that's not actually moving. That home button is completely virtual. They use a Taptic engine to give you that clicky feel when you press it, but the iPhone 8 is actually going to have that built right into the screen. And the current rumor is that the Fingerprint Reader is actually going into that screen as well. There have been some reports that they can't actually get the fingerprint sensor to work on the screen, but they're actually reporting that it's more likely that they will ship the iPhone 8 with the fingerprint sensor embedded into the screen, but there might be a small delay in the shipping time for the phone. It might be 1 to 2 months delayed, depending how hard it is to get that fingerprint sensor working in the display. I really think this is a killer design feature. I really think Apple has to do something major like this. They've had the same design phone for the last 3 years. The Galaxy S8 is getting amazing reviews right now. People love the minimal bezels on the top and the bottom. If Apple really wants to, regain their design mantle and become the best designed smartphone and really set themselves, way, way ahead of the pack, they're going to have to come out with something spectacular. Coming out with a phone that is all screen on the front, camera behind the display, a fingerprint sensor, that virtual home button, which they've done very well on the 7, but implementing that into the display, putting that in a small size like the iPhone 7, that's going to be a killer phone. Now, the frame supporting this phone is going to be stainless steel, much like the, Apple Watch. It's going to have a stainless steel all around it. It's going to have curved glass on the front and on the back of the phone. Now, it's not going to be curved glass like, Samsung has where it wraps around for the display, but the glass itself will be curved. Some people are speculating that it might have a similar design for curvature-wise to the original iPhone. That would make sense because this will be the 10th anniversary of the original iPhone, and they might want to harken back to, the original iPhone design to kind of show like, hey, it's been 10 years since we announced the first iPhone, and here we have this amazing new iPhone that borrows some design elements from, the original iPhone or the iPhone 4, which was very popular design phone at the time. So the display is the obviously main focal point of this new phone, but the second bombshell, or I think this might even be the most important part of the new phone. Most people are just going to see the new display, and it's going to be a very beautifully designed phone. Apple really needs to make a good designed phone after the Galaxy S8 has come out. I think they understand that. So, the main focal point is going to be, this phone is the most beautiful iPhone we've ever shipped. But besides that, they also have, 2 cameras on the back. Now, the iPhone 7 Plus has these 2 cameras, but they're actually going to shift it to a vertical position. Now, why would they do that? Current rumors is that the vertical position will better help to shoot virtual reality video. That is one of the rumors. And that there will be some augmented reality applications to the iPhone 8. Some of the biggest rumors actually have been that Apple is going to be pushing into this augmented reality field, and instead of glasses, which people do believe Apple is working on some sort of augmented reality glasses, a lot of people believe the iPhone 8 will be their first step into augmented reality. Some of these augmented reality features might be something so simple like, you point your phone and it shows you a map and it points of arrows of where to go. Some other more advanced features might be you point at a person's face and it shows you their name, it shows you their age, it shows you all this sorts of information. If you're buying a product, for example, I wouldn't be surprised that you see some of these augmented reality apps on the iPhone 8 show up in the Apple stores. When you go to an Apple store, you point your phone at a product and it gives you all the specs, gives you a bunch of layout information, gigabytes RAM, processor. I think that would be pretty cool if that was actually coming to the iPhone 8 and we actually get our first taste of augmented reality through a phone, not through glasses. Now, speaking of cameras, I kind of glossed over this in the beginning, but the iPhone 8 is also rumored to have 2 front-facing cameras integrated behind the display. And apparently these front-facing cameras might be something as simple as, a second camera for a wider angle shot when you're taking a selfie. But I believe this also ties into the augmented reality aspect of the phone to better kind of, get a 3D sense of what's going on in front of you. So when you're shifting and tilting your phone, you're going to have these cameras tracking you. It could also be for something like an iris scanner if maybe they can't get the fingerprint sensor embedded into the actual phone. But I really think Apple is going to be, pushing this phone with an all display on the front. And when you look at it, it's going to be like a window into the world, and it's going to be feeding you all this information through their augmented reality application. I really think the iPhone 8 is going to push that. I think the iPhone 8 is also, with those 2 cameras on the back, is actually going to push creation of augmented reality and maybe even virtual reality as well. Now, there are also other models in testing. We've seen some earlier leaks where the iPhone has a bigger bezel on the top and a bigger bezel on the bottom, similar to the Galaxy S8 design. We've seen mock-ups with the fingerprint reader on the back of the phone. We've seen, just all these different types of mock-ups. It's hard to tell because Apple always creates a bunch of different designs. They have to get an iPhone out every year. They have to ship something. So they have these conservative designs, which they can easily integrate and do. And then they have these more radical designs where, they have an all-screen front. I really think Apple is going to push and go for that huge radical design. It's going to cost a little more. Analysts are predicting anywhere from $950 for a 64 gigabyte, all the way up to $1,000 starting price for this iPhone 8. Apple really wants to get this product out there with a full display because, Samsung has the Galaxy S8 out there and people are really impressed with how small those bezels are. But Apple wants to go one step further and go, the Galaxy S8's bezels may be small, but we don't have any bezels. We just have a phone that's all glass, a complete screen. They're not going to have the curved edges like on the S8. It's just going to be a flat screen that you can, pick up, and it's just all screen. And then that's really going to help, kind of push their augmented reality vision where, it's just like you're holding a window into the world and you can just see everything in front of you. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think of the iPhone 8 leaks and the designs, where you think Apple should go with the design of the phone. What would it take for you to pick up an iPhone 8 this year? And subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I'll be reviewing the iPhone 8 eventually when it comes out. And I will be reviewing the Galaxy S8 later this week on Friday when I get it. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, make sure you like. Again, if you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.